I'm trying something new today. Um, I watched this, I guess you could call him commentary podcast, or I don't know what you want to call him, but you probably heard of him. His name is Zerky, and I really like um, his videos. They're very entertaining. I think that he's very wise, and he just makes it seem so effortless the way he turns on a camera and just starts talking. And I have a camcorder, which is slightly different, but maybe it adds a little bit of a different flair, you know. Zerky, he seems to have it pretty much figured out. He seems to have infinite wisdom for, and I'm assuming he's a pretty young guy, infinite wisdom for his age. But not me. I'm I'm not a very wise person. If anything, I gotta be bottom 5 billion smartest on Earth, I think. But I'm figuring things out, and I think that's in a sense maybe reverse Zerky. You know, Zerky gives you the wisdom, and you watch him and you watch him for his wisdom, but what I'm telling you about is just, I guess, something that I'm still trying to figure out myself. In these past few months, I've been really thinking about what's next. You know, as you may know, I worked on a documentary for the last week of high school. Kind of corny. It's okay, I think, but you know, it's some of it's my work, and I was really happy with how it turned out. I was really happy how I could capture all of that. But I I fell in love with the camcorder, with videoing, with, I guess, film, and I wanted to keep making stuff. So I'm here, trying something new. Um, I guess what I want to start with is, yeah, what's next? Well, as many of you watching or not watching, maybe nobody watches this, as many of you know, we're we're all on our separate paths. Some of us are going to college, some of us are staying here, some of us are moving to completely different spaces, and it's not like I'm sulking in sadness, like, oh, high school's over. It was the best time. I peaked here. No, no, it low-key sucked. But I I feel like I could have done more in my time there. You know, 4 years, it really flies past you, and I'm ashamed to admit, but everybody that told you those are the fastest 4 years of your life, they were right. You know, every day I'd have something to, I'd have a goal, and some days I keep putting off that goal every day. You know, I told myself, I got tomorrow, I got tomorrow, I got tomorrow, I got next week, I got next month, I got this February I'll do it, this April I'll do it. May rolls around, and I'm still same old, same old. Nothing has changed. nothing has happened, you know. Feeling stuck is what I would equate it to. But am I stuck because I allow myself to be stuck? Or am I stuck due to outside factors? And the reality, I think, is the harsh truth is that I am making myself stuck. I am unable to move I'm unable to be motivated enough to do something to change. But I hope that this upcoming September, the catalyst for that will be college. And I hope that a new place, a new experience would really help me change. A different point of view. But I can't help but linger on the past and how really beautiful those times were, even though it was a month ago, even though it was 2 months ago, even though it was 3 years ago. When I scroll on my phone, sometimes I get bored of the reels. I know, shocker, for many of us. And at times I look back at the old group chat, look at all the silly pictures and silly comments that were made. And then I go further, I look at my camera roll. And there is this Japanese word or phrase. It's mono no aware. And it doesn't have a direct one-word translation in English, but what it's trying to say is that mono no aware is the feeling you get when you remember or you look at something and realize that it's gone forever. It's a sadness that you feel when reminiscing, or a sadness you feel when you're in the moment and you realize that this is a fleeting moment of time. It is temporary. It is just what this is, you know? It is just now. And 30 seconds from now it will be, and it will not be now. In an hour it will not be now. In a day, in a year, in 5 years. And I can't help but feel not upset, but feel in a way where I let out a deep sigh. Not a necessarily sad sigh, but more of a thankful or a glad sigh, like a that type of thing. Of course everyone knows it's like things are going to end. Things are going to move on. You're going to keep moving on. Everyone's going to keep moving on. But I guess me sharing and saying that that's how I feel might help other people understand that, and it might even help me understand that there's others that feel the same. I often also get I'm driving. I'm going to St. Cloud. Buy a lot of stuff off Amazon, and most of the stuff don't even need. So it's like, gotta return it. Need my money back, and it's usually stuff, wiring, stuff I need for the car. And when I'm driving down the freeway, sometimes I like to turn the music off. And sometimes I just like to stare at the road and let past memories entertain me instead of Dr. Dre's The Chronic or the documentary by The Game. Two very good hip-hop albums. And this happens at work as well. They ask me to mop, gotta mop. And, I'm going at it, and I catch myself smiling. I catch myself smiling because I'm playing back a memory in my head. And it makes me laugh. I think even though I've made so many mistakes, even though I've made so many things that I wish I could have undone, I wish I could have done differently. Some days that I didn't feel my best, or myself, or at 100%. I don't think, for the most part, I don't think I changed much of that. And I think it's because, yeah, of course, the moments that shape you are every moment, whether it be happy, sad, whether it be fearful, whether it be a disgusting moment, whether it be the best moment of your life. It shapes you as a person. And to tie that in with starting anew, when you go to a different place, meet new people, meet new friends, who are you going to show them? Do you want to be cool? Do you want to be a different type of person? I mean, you already have a reputation here. So, everyone knows who you are here. But over there, you're a blank slate. Nobody knows who you are, man. Nobody knows who you are. And that's not scary. That's an opportunity. And with that opportunity comes great responsibility. Because do I really want to change? In the sense that, do I want to act my own? Or switch some things up? Be more confident. Be more reserved. Try this, try that. Make this a part of me. Make that a part of me. Exclude this from me so they never know. And I think, and I've thought, and I've wrestled, and I've battled with that thought. And I think what I want is not to change my personality, I guess. And I think that that's for the better. You know, even though we're starting new beginnings, it'd be a little mean to yourself to deny being yourself. You know, it'd be a little mean to yourself to deny what made you you, to deny the experiences that came before, to make a new mold of yourself. And I'm not saying don't put yourself out there, stay the same. I'm just saying I shouldn't stress about it. You shouldn't stress about it. We shouldn't stress about it. In the end, I think, I hope, things have a way of working themselves out. You know, you asked, and it's the touche. Did you ever think you were going to graduate high school? Did you ever think you're going to make it this far? Obviously you are. I mean, the state's going to do whatever it's got to do to get you out of high school, you know what I mean? But it's just such an integral part of your life for so long that you couldn't imagine a world without it. I've heard multiple people say that it's going to be really weird, those who aren't going to college. It's going to be really weird when September rolls around and there's no school. There's nothing. They don't gotta come in for 8 hours, sit in a classroom, or just out and about, working, military maybe, whatever it may be. And yeah, it feels weird. It's gonna feel weird. But, you know, right now, I guess, it feels the weirdest because I'm in such an in-between. We're in such an in-between. You know? And I think the fact that we're in in-betweens, or I'm in in-between, has made me do some different things, try new things, you know what I mean? And I could jump onto a whole nother subject about regret and catching up and all of that, but I'll save that for another talk. I think that I'm doing stuff differently now because I kept holding myself off from doing it in the past. I kept telling myself, that's cringe. That's nobody's gonna watch that. Nobody's gonna listen to you. Why even? You know, why even? Why even try? But you just gotta get out of that mindset. I just gotta get out of that mindset. And damn, sure, you know, some days I am in that mindset, you know what I mean? But I think the fact that I'm doing something different, putting more of myself out there, matters a lot more than, you know, all those years of not trying, of not putting any effort, of not being involved, of not being there because I feared failure. I feared rejection. I feared who I was, who I am. And I hope that serves as a lesson for anyone watching, because I I'm I'm not ashamed of what events or things happen in the past. Do I wish I could change it sometimes? Yeah, but they make me who I am today. You know? And I'm excited. I'm excited for the future. I'm excited to see who I am tomorrow. And I think these steps of trying new stuff, even if it's just this, I think they're really going to help with that process. I think they're going to really help me grow. And I encourage everyone to do the same. And I'm looking at the time here on my camera, and maybe nobody's watching right now. But if you are, yeah, I'm talking to you. If you are still watching, allow yourself to dwell in the past at times. It's nice. It's really nice. It makes you laugh, makes you happy. Hearing certain music, smelling certain smells, seeing certain sights. It makes you happy to remember that happened. But also be excited for what is to come. Be excited that you'll get to smell new smells, hear new sounds, see new things, you know? And I think combining both, looking at the past and looking at the future in a positive way, is really going to help. Is really going to help build you up. It's really going to help build me up. Yeah. And that's funny. That's funny. I came to a full circle here, Maybe this type of video stuff does help. Maybe I should do it more often. But maybe I peaked in filmography and videography and then with the documentary. So I don't know. But we'll see. But yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed my rant. Bye.